Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm introducing one of the biggest bases on my channel to date, the Armada. A large group base meant for highly organized players who value defenses, protection, and quality of life. Some of its main defenses include wide gap battlements that stay intact during a pummel, breach peak towers to flank raiders, various roof defenses to repel top-downs, and an open core loot room for maximum retake potential. Protection-wise, the open core is home to 3 triangle roof bunkers, which keeps your loot extremely safe, yet very accessible. To split your loot further, you can even incorporate 3 additional bunkers on top of the base. 3 dozen auto turrets ensure raiders will be spending lots of time and meds to breach any major part of the base. Bedrooms are strategically placed to guarantee continued resistance. In addition to having state-of-the-art defenses and excellent protection, the base maintains a high quality of life for 8 to 12 players. And of course, it can be realistically progressed in stages from a starter to a fully decked flagship. This is the total build cost including all deployables, and the combined upkeeps. Given the scale of the base, actual raid costs will vary, but you can expect these approximate values for raiders to reach one of the listed goals. With that out of the way, let's take a tour of the base. Approaching the compound, we see one of the 6 roof disconnectable external TCs connected to a basic gatehouse. Numerous angles and backwards facing auto turret pods force raiders to significantly expose themselves. Through one of the 3 entrances, we enter the inner shell Peekdowns. The first floor houses the TC and overflow storage after the starting stages. Optional location for a large battery. Second floor serves as additional overflow storage. Third floor is main bedrooms and inner Peekdown defenses. Bedrooms are strategically split to ensure continued resistance. 3 symmetrical jump chutes provide quick access to all floors of the base. The 4th floor houses the open core, which holds over 60 boxes of loot. 3 triangle roof bunkers keep your most precious loot secure, yet very accessible. Next to each bunker is another bedroom. The open core has excellent quality of life for large groups and is extremely defendable. Above the loot rooms are window peaks to easily retake the open core and repel top-down raids. Even more beds occupy this gallery. The base has numerous ankle-biter roof peaks and defenses. Breach peak towers provide additional angles towards the base to flank raiders. Wide gap external peek downs give defenders lots of vision in and out of the compound. These window battlements have excellent coverage and protection. Standard roofs provide additional angles with temporary exposure. 3 optional but easy to access roof bunkers can further isolate your loot. Before we jump into the build, you should know that this build uses a combination of advanced mechanics and should be thoroughly practiced with your group prior to building on a live server. It will require extensive planning, foresight, adaptability, and should only be attempted by serious groups with informed builders. You can familiarize yourself with it on Sanctuary by using the share code Armada. For the timing and simplicity of the video, I'll be assuming a certain level of competence for the advanced mechanics. As always, I encourage you to mix up aspects of the base to keep things a mystery for would-be raiders. But with that out of the way, let's jump into the build. Find a very large, flat area and claim the spot with a starter unit. Furnish the interior with starting deployables. Replace the workbench with a tier 2. Swap the sheet metal doors with the garage doors and occupy the window frame. Next, expand to the second floor. Upgrade the TC compartment to sheet metal. Next, we'll establish our multi-TC sections. Start by placing 8 foundations off of the square sides. Build back with triangles and place the shell footprint. Next, we'll make our wide gap connection. Connect the half-height frames through the double door frame. Remember that you must build the connection in this order to put the frame through the other one. Next, we'll build the disconnectable external TCs. Remember to use 2 half-height walls for this side only. Finally, connect the external TC to the wing. Test to make sure the disconnectable is working as intended. Start by outfitting each gatehouse with window frames and doors. Next, enclose the compound with high walls. Starting on one of the sides, place it at the halfway point in the window frame. Place another at the gatehouse next to it. Then, seal the gap with some angled high walls. Metal barricades go above each gatehouse. Use an electrical deployable on the wall socket above the barricade to prevent players from placing twig. Before placing the furnaces, make this foundation build out for the future auto turret pods. With the furnaces turning out metal frags, you can fill the hex center of the first and second floor with garage doors. Then, upgrade most of the starter. Eventually, the TC compartment will also get upgraded to high quality metal. As you get the resources for it, upgrade the multi-TC sections. For the simplicity of the video, from here on, everything will be built in its final build grade besides the occasional HQM upgrade. Next, we'll build the shell of the inner Peekdown corridor. Entrances with jump ups go on alternating sections. I prefer squares for the inner peaks, but you can swap these with triangles. When placing the wall frames, make sure you rotate them so that it activates the conditional edge. Third floor will house most of the main bedrooms. When furnishing the exterior bedrooms, it's easiest to place a locker first, then the single door frame. It's not impossible to place the locker after the fact, but it may result in more suicidal tendencies. When sealing the roof, remember to place the triangles off of the multi-TC sockets. To avoid gaps on the square sections, place a floor frame off of the base socket, then a roof off of the multi-TC section. A single floor frame goes on the jump up square. Next up is the open core expansion. Make sure the wall frame is rotated correctly so that the conditional edge is present. Place a triangle roof to open the bunker. Upgrade these floors, walls, and frames once you get the HQM for it. Again, make sure these conditional edges are present. In the bunkers, place a salvage shelf as far left and back as you can. You can comfortably fit 5 large boxes and a large battery for auto turrets. Follow this placement order to squeeze 2 lockers, 2 small boxes, and 3 beds into the space next to the bunkers. Furnish the open core as you see fit. It's extremely important to pay special attention to which sockets you're connecting the floor sockets on to avoid gaps and operate the bunkers. For the square sections, this time place a floor frame off of the left socket with the floor off of the top. Before you upgrade anything, confirm you can still open the bunker. You can also place the roof from below to open the bunker. Next, we'll seal the open core by alternating window peaks and walls. Triangle floor frames will hold auto turrets. Place triangle floors off of the walls. Upgrade the ceilings of the loot rooms to high quality metal. Next, we'll build the shooting floor exits and roof access. Finish the rest of the floor. Then, seal the roof. This time for the squares, put the frame on the socket close to you and the floor on the top. With the open core finished, now is a good time to add ramps to the first and second floor loot rooms to increase raid cost. You should also upgrade the center hexes to HQN. Next, we'll build the wide gap peak downs. With the shooting floor established, we can now connect the breach peak flank towers. Alternate towers with door peaks and roof accesses. Put a single locker and bed in the bottom section of the tower for your best beamers. Utilize more electrical deployables on the wall frame sockets to prevent players from building twig. To split your loot further, build 3 additional roof bunkers on top of the base. Remember to rotate the wall frames to activate the conditional edges. While the bunker is open, place a triangle floor frame off of the floor socket to close the gap above the bunker wall. To access the loot on the other side, flip the roof. Some additional upgrades include swapping these windows and doors with armored variants. Build windmill towers on top of the base in these spots. This triangle in the first floor is a good spot for one of the less critical auto turret circuits. The other 3 critical auto turret batteries should go in the open core bunkers. 1 extra battery can go in a jump up for CCTV cameras and other non-essential electricals. As for turret locations, use 6 in the lower compound, 6 in the breach peak towers, 3 in the shell, 3 in the peaks, 6 to 12 in open core, 3 in the open core peaks, 3 in the shooting floor, and 6 on the roof. While I personally don't recommend using a China wall, you have the option to seamlessly incorporate one if you have the space and resources for it. Don't place the gate too deep into the walls. If your foundations are too low, sometimes the barbed wire from the wall below will slice you through the floor. For troublesome spots, you can use a deployable like small boxes to elevate the player model above the hitbox. Use twig to help place metal barricades off of the China wall. Each side uses exactly 10 metal barricades for a total of 60. And with that, the base is complete. While it may seem excessive to some, for organized groups, it strikes an excellent balance between features, raid costs, and quality of life. Enormous thanks to my teammates who created the base and allowed me to publish a modified version to share with you all. And a special thank you to these people who also helped make this video possible. Well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing for future content, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.